yeah, on the lookout for fuses now. So unfortunately, when things like this happen, I can't sleep until I achieve. So it's a bit of a fine line. Obviously, when there's a problem, there's a problem. I have to resolve the problem before I can actually jump onto the next project. So the issue is a large amount of people don't do it, and then they find out that's fucked, and that's fucked, and that's fucked, this is fucked, and that's fucked, and before you know it, the whole life's a mess. But yeah, if I'm going to do a long drive tonight, I need to get power. So yeah, really, I need to get a shower. I need a shower really. So but a shower that's a proper shower, not one of these like small little showers that are you know, just head down towards the city. Yeah, it's interesting. A large amount of these garages, have old style fuse, which is basically quite, they're basically big and chunky. And for some vehicles, let's say for instance the engine bay for instance, that's what they use. But in the actual cab itself, they have like little like small fuses. So I need to basically locate it back. I actually had it back in the old Beamer, to be fair, yeah, or in the Beamer that is no longer obviously accessible now. But yeah, it's a shame really. But yeah, let's head down towards the main city. I'm sure we'll find some, put some in, get this tested, get this replaced, and then once it's done, it's done. Basically, I need to get Starlink back on. I need to get Starlink connected again. So one thing I love about life and things is the fact that there's all these people who are just kind of like all average and got average jobs and average lives. And there's me that goes around and actually just achieves. And it's you know, it's difficult not to put myself on a pedestal when I always achieve, and I always achieve what I need and what I want and what I get. It's it is interesting. It's interesting how like the world actually works. I think tomorrow night I might end up actually checking myself into a hotel in London. Small hotel in London. What I'm going to actually achieve and end up doing. There's a garage just down here now, so let's just pull off here. See this garage here? I bet he'll be like, oh, I don't really know what you're talking about, dude. And I'm like, okay. It's interesting that when you say you can have a fuse, these people who are in these garages, they've not got a fucking clue. You think to yourself, well, how do you function in the world today? How do you function? Like, do you know what I mean? If I've got a problem with a dishwasher, I go and buy a new dishwasher. Don't even think twice about it, and then fix it. You know what I mean? It's like some people just go down there saying, oh, it's broken. Can't afford to fix it. Can't afford to mend it. Can't afford to go and buy a new one, and I'll just live with it. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, it won't be long before we've achieved. What are we going, left or right, Mike? Your left. There's more this way. There is actually more this way than there was this way. This way. Let's see how many more vehicles we can see crash tonight in front of our eyes. It's actually funny, actually. It's actually really funny because what you don't really normally see is you always see. I don't understand how there's more crashes on the road today. Like when you look at the amount of people and the amount of volume, And numbers in this world today plays a massive part in everything. You know, you have a numbers of people in armies. You know, you have a number of people in fights. You know what I mean? It's everything's about numbers. So when you look at obviously all the volume of cars on the road and how many streets and roads there are, I do not know how many like accidents you don't see. We always end up finding traffic. Like, you know, when you find out traffic, there's always a incident behind it. It's kind of like, oh right, there's an accident here. Like, it's very, very, very rarely you see an accident in front of your eyes, but like you always see the aftermath of it. On the roof of fuses. I need to get the fuses sorted. Once it's done, it's done, and I can forget about it then. I might drive out to the motorway. Motorway services is probably going to be the shout. It's probably going to be the only option that I've got, especially tonight. Maybe this is one of the things that I'm going to have to do for London tomorrow. Maybe just on the route to London tomorrow might be the only option. Halford's will be open tomorrow as well. Just shell here. More likely to have it, but let's have a look at the guy tonight. It's interesting, like the mentality behind people. To be fair, it is actually a link to the Waitrose. Like the likely chance of this having a fuse pack is limited. It's like we never try and, do you know what I mean? It's like this window here, it's broken. We'll never fix it. It's mad. Hi pal, do you have fuses? Do you have fuses for the van? Fuses? A fuse?
Which one?
Fuse.
Fuse?
Fuses, yeah. Do you have any fuses on the section there? No. No. Okay, this might be a problem then. Okay. Right, motorway services then. Motorway services. It's interesting actually. Do you know the look? They have that blanketing look whereby they're tired as well, and they're just kind of like not really processing information well. It's interesting. Like honestly, when I see it, it's kind of like it's just a beard. It's the beard mentality and the eyes, and just kind of like they're just out of it. They don't seem to be functioning properly. Obviously, you've got to maintain this. It is Ramadan, so for instance, I always see a difference between people in Ramadan when not in Ramadan. You know, you would normally have this mentality whereby they're kind of like lacking sleep, but then they starve the bodies, and it's kind of like during this period of Ramadan, I see a massive difference with regards to work ethics, the mentality, not really be able to function. So it is interesting. It is really interesting. This might be a helper's job tomorrow, I think. Is what it is. Is what it. Normally I don't like to be beaten. Well, maybe we'll try a few more places and then basically we'll go from there. Really, we'll go from there. Car here, which is it's got 4 people in. It's mad, isn't it? Four grown people in a car. It's small. I must admit, I do love people watching. It's one of the things I do majority of the time. It's just to see, really, just to see the mentality behind who people are. Right, this is a BP. Again, with my head, I'm struggling with this one all now. This is going to be another mentality whereby I'm like, no, don't understand, don't get it. I'm like, okay, alright. In a way, if these fuel stations are open for people to walk in, it'd be easier. But I'm starting to see a big change in the dynamics we're seeing in the UK, whereby you can't walk into places. They're going to be eventually, everywhere will be closed. Whereby you'll be on the streets and you either pass authentication or you won't. So you know, either like the way that obviously everything's going, it's going to be facial recognition everywhere. If you don't scan in, and it's either going to be access granted, access denied. So it's going to be let's just be real. There's going to be a lot of people that will have to eat at McDonald's. That's how it's going to be. There's going to be a lot of people that won't be able to get into certain restaurants. I call that a car being serviced as well. That's another thing. I had a phone call this last week saying about obviously having a vehicle serviced, and it's obviously, again, it's a car that's going to go in for service, but it's going to be it will work out cheaper for me to put it through a service than it will be to put it through somebody else. And again, gotta wait for the response to come back first. Like yeah, Mike, yeah, car needs this, and this, and this, and this. Oh, okay, no problem at all. And then we'll obviously understand and look at it and go, yeah, it doesn't need that. But again, the world isn't an even playing field. I always say, if you've got a good mom behind you and around you, things are a lot easier, a lot easier. Day 2, garage. try this with garage now, and then we'll try a few more. And if we can't achieve it, we can't achieve it. It'll have to be tomorrow's job. But imagine if you were critically needing fuses and you can't get them. I think I've missed the because I've done a U-turn. I think I've automatically missed the approaching pads on the road. So that's like 2 cycles of traffic lights now. Mad, isn't it, that we used to have roundabouts that were like the way forward, and now we're going by traffic lights. It's basically the obey and disobey mentality. Again, this is probably going to be the same. Let me try and see if this guy's going to have let's be real. Yeah, it's going to be... Right, I think we failed tonight. I think we failed. Anyway, do you notice how do you remember how I started facing people to make sure that I knew exactly who was around me at any one point? So yeah, it's mad. It's mad the things you have to consider now in the world today. How much I like people approaching me front on, then come up behind me. At least I know where I stand. But that's how you have to operate to, in the world today. So I look at life, I look at people, I see them walking down the street with in-ears in and big headphones. I think to myself, like, you're gonna, one of these days, you're gonna get killed. It's mad. Just remember, me today, you tomorrow. That's the only way you can think about it now. We got big issues, big issues, and it won't change. It won't change. But anyway. Right, cool. Got a bite to eat, and then yeah, we're gonna basically get back, get prepped, load the van up. Like, to be fair, yeah, pretty well I've got everything anyway. Right, we're actually in a really good state. I don't actually really think I need anything from the house, really. Yeah, 1 o'clock now. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Stop off and get some water, some sushi, and that's what we'll do. Really good today. The spa was amazing. Like, the sauna was actually a sauna. Like, so you sometimes go to a sauna and you start to like get into it and you're like, oh, brilliant, okay, it's warm, but it's not actually. I don't know. Sometimes it's just not what you. It's like when you think, yourself, I'm going to buy a steak, you eat a steak, and you're like, oh, great, I'm really looking forward to that steak, and you find out that it was average. Same mentality, sauna, you get to a sauna and it's just not what you originally thought. You go in there and it's kind of, oh, it's warm, yeah, but it's not really doing what it should do, really. Like today, it was just mega. Like, it was, yeah, it's pretty intense, pretty intense. they have Christmas series there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting going down to Croydon and seeing the Christmas series on in Croydon compared to Chester. Chester's got like white British people in control, and it's just kind of like they want to do everything possible. Yes. We go to Croydon, and it's just kind of like, you know, bars closed. No, you're not on this. No, you can't do that. It's like really, definitely a big difference. Big difference. So it'll be interesting. We're going to Asda 24. I wonder if Asda 24 might have some foods in. Sort of thing that you think to yourself, like, I need to get X, Y, and Z. No, nobody tonight said, oh Mike, we haven't got them in stock, but just go to Asda. Yeah, it's because they can't compute. The guy at the last pace, he showed me his picture of his phone and said, this is a picture of what I was looking for. And as I looked on the picture on the shelf, and you know, fair play to him, he used his initiative a bit, but like, didn't quite understand. I achieved tonight, then that's just going to make me think, brilliant. I'm not quite sure which one it is, to be fair with you, but basically if I take out the 20 amp one and replace it, which I think it is the 20 ampere one, then yeah, it'll just basically start working again. I'm like, brilliant. Makes perfect sense now. Right, let's make this happen. At the same time, might as well get a good bite to eat as well. Might as well. I rest my case. Rest my case. Like sooner or later, you won't be able to play English music in an English place. You have to have it mixed. That's what happens shortly. It'll be like, oh, that's racist. You can't say that. You can't do this. If you're gonna play English-speaking music, then you also need to go down the route of playing other music as well. It's unfortunately the way it's going to be. Right, let's hopefully. What do you reckon? Surely, Mike. Surely. Efficiency note. No. Yeah, this doesn't even have it in stock. Okay, fine. We've got to call it quits today. Yeah, I thought there might be a pack. Right, fine. Cool. Right, that's it. Failed. Failed. Just going to try and be clever. One of those things I might get in stock just for the future. I guess I can get a that's going to be filled as well. It's mad, isn't it? Can't even buy a pasta dish as there's no knives and forks. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's pretty broken. Society's broken. Right, cool, Chris. Right, fine. So tomorrow, got a mission to do, or a few missions to do tomorrow. It's actually sad, actually. To be fair, yeah. So there's a couple here. There's a couple here who've come shopping at night together. And the guy hasn't got. The guy doesn't look like he hasn't got a car. But he's got a. Looks like he's waiting for a taxi. Do you know what I mean? It's just like. Imagine me having to relive life again. But like, you know, kind of like, you know. It's broken. How on earth do you get hold of a partner and have a partner and you're not even a real man? You're not even a man that could drive. Guy's got a full basket, a full trolley of shopping. And it's just, honestly, it's embarrassing. It's hard not to be judgmental, but when you see it, and you know, if you're not vocal about it, and you just go down the route of keeping yourself on the straight and narrow, you don't really see the world. You're very enclosed into what's actually happening in the world today. Do you know what I mean? For me, I just go and spend whatever I want because I'm making it. Do you know what I mean? Go and get a job. Work hard, dedicate, provide a service. You know, again, the drive-thru's closed. I'm not quite sure why, but looks like we've got a nun. So we've got a nun sitting in the Starbucks as well. okay, I think the door's closed and we're locked and the drive-thru's closed as well.
We are going to be back open, just having a few issues with the till. I'm trying to sort it now.
Okay.
Just give me about 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Try and open. If you've got mobile, I've
Go
got
on.
mobile over.
I haven't ordered, no.
Have you got the app?
I haven't got the app, no.
You haven't?
No. I haven't got the app, no. I just want to pay up card. Just basically a latte.
Just that's it.
Well, just a latte would be fine.
Do you want anything in it?
Just a
plain?
latte, plain latte, yeah.
I will bring it out for you. 1 sec.
Okay, I don't mind paying, it's fine. I can pay cash if need be.
Is it?
Okay. Right, what's the stores? If I fucking ran a business, and my staff turned to me and said the till wasn't working and I couldn't take a sale, do you know what I mean? I'd be fucking angry with them. I'd sort it, I'd resolve it. I'd give them 2 options, till and till. If this till isn't working, then this till works. Like, this is Starbucks, and they can't even, It's not about the free product. I don't want the free product. I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? It's you don't go around the world having free of charge things, or else the world's broken. I guess it's not her business. She gets paid anyway, regardless to anything else. Do you know what I mean? If this was me now, if I work for Starbucks now, and this is what was happening right now, this minute, I just resolve it within seconds. I'm not using their till. I just basically use a different facility. You know what I mean? And then in the morning, I just say, yeah, we did sales last night of like 20 grand. Yeah, we went into a different account, but it wasn't done in any malicious ways. The fact the systems were down, but we still serviced. I've got to transfer 20 grand to you now. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, that's the way I'd operate today. She's made me a coffee, to be fair with you. So. Right, so basically that's £5 worth of drink of sales not being taken. But they're still paying for staff. Francesca, are you open now? Is the drive-thru open? Yeah. But like, if I was to buy a sandwich, can I buy a sandwich or not? Is it working now? So she's just giving me free coffee. She's giving me free coffee. Let's go around to get a sandwich now. I'll pay for the sandwich. Yeah, it's all madness, isn't it? Fuck me. The minute you get humans involved, it fucking goes tits up. Tits up. Fucking disastrous. Oh, okay. Let's
How can you get for you?
Hi, can I get a ham and cheese croissant, please? Warm.
Ham and cheese croissant, anything else?
And I've also had a latte coffee, but I've not paid for it yet. So if I could pay for that now, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
That's it, thanks.
Yeah, just try them, please.
Right, okay, well, that's that sorted out then. At least I can pay for the fucking coffee I've just stolen. That's the difference between somebody who's, who's influential, somebody that actually cares about society. Honestly, we are fucked. We are absolutely fucked, I tell you. What's going on? I maintain it. The minute you put women into a level of power, it fucking goes wrong. I maintain what I say. I maintain it. It's why shows us mixed, men and women, but men that are influential, men that understand technology, men that obviously can drive forward. Fine. With Starbucks now, we've got Starbucks with 3 women in Starbucks. Where's the safety? Where's the fucking safety? We're talking about nationalities and groups of people now, and we're talking about businesses and things, and we're talking about obviously how like men need to be protected of women. And suddenly we start a business and have a drive-through window open that any Tom, Dick, and Harry can get through. And yeah, we just decide at 1 in the morning it's safe. It's safe enough to have, you know, it's safe. What really fucks me off, it's safe enough to have women in fucking Starbucks now at 1, 2 in the morning, but then men in fuel stations. It's just broken. Society's fucked. Right.
Hi, sister Havertys toasty, right?
Saying sorry?
Sister Havertys toasty, right?
It was the ham and cheese croissant.
With the croissant.
And there's also a latte coffee that I've had here that I haven't paid for.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you. This is your croissant.
That's my croissant, yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing, thank you.
Thank you.
So she's already cooked me a croissant already. Why the fuck did she say toasty? Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I think I'm going wrong in the head. I think sometimes I see life and I think to myself like, am I going wrong in the head? I definitely said croissant, and then she then said, oh, by the way, is it ham and cheese toasty? You're holding a small box, sweetheart. You're holding a box. How the fuck do you put a toasty in a small box, but you're holding that? I rest my case. Honestly. Women certainly do listen, I tell you. They don't listen. Facts. There's a sort of stage in life whereby I don't actually know what the point is of having a woman in the world today. It's getting to that sort of stage now whereby they can't facilitate anything. They can't facilitate business, they can't facilitate most things, and they can't even have kids. So, well, I don't understand the logic now. I don't understand the whole, you know, like they're not strong enough to do most jobs. They can't facilitate most jobs. They don't have kids. All they have to do is views. Right. I think honestly, it's all down to men leveling up against women, not giving women attention. It's the only way that I can see us sorting out this world, this fucking problem that we've got right now this minute. If every single man in the world basically turns to a woman and says "fuck you," and don't give any attention to women, they're gonna have to change their mentality. You know what I mean? It's fucked. Right, it's the same junction that they had a crash before. So can't even drive, and but then so many men can't drive either. So I guess that's not really a fair thing to say, is it? Really, majority of humans can't drive. fine. Get some rest. It's 1 in the morning now. Well, it's 1:30 now. Last encounters with a female. She finished me. She finished me and left me because basically she wasn't happy with live streaming. So she gave me the option. She said to me, so we went out for dinner. And yeah, she tried to give me the option to say basically, yeah, it's basically it's over. So I was like, okay, fine. She kind of looked at me really weird, thinking, really? I just basically just didn't show any sort of emotion. Or, you know, obviously she made the decision. She's the one that obviously made it. So I went with it, thinking, great, awesome. Anyway, even like you know, the last few days, I had a few messages coming in saying, you know, just basically just talking like nonsense talk. It's kind of like, you know. Right, if you made a decision, go with the decision. Leave it now. So yeah, it's mad. But she made a decision if I was to carry on live streaming, or her. I said to her, I'm not going to stop live streaming. You know, I live stream for a reason. That's what I do. So I'm not going to change just because you're now in my life. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. So yeah, it was a bit of a weird scenario. So yeah, it's mad. Tried to explain to her that I can live stream with everyone in the world and basically make an income. And yeah, she didn't like that. So what do you want then? What do you want from a guy? What do you really want from a guy? A guy that spends 9 hours a day away from you? Going to work and earning an income? So you're limiting yourself to the people around you, to the people that are in your own country, to the people that are in your own city. You know what I mean? The people that are in your own realm. Not even think about like if you fancy them or you don't fancy them, or if they're good in bed or not good in bed, or if they're a nice human being or not a nice human being. And it's what? So you're now questioning like us on the basis of the fact that I'm now a live streamer. And it's like it's just weird. Like, you know, I would honestly assume a woman will be happy with a man who is, first of all, level-headed, second of all, as well, live streaming, go away, you know, for a few hours, go into a coffee place, grab a coffee, do his live stream, put content out on the internet, and then be able to, you know, turn off from it at any point. And she said to me, "Well, Mike, you don't turn off." I said, "Well, what do you mean I don't turn off? You're always on the go." I said, "Well, do you think I need I need an excuse not to turn off? Like, do you think you should be providing me with the excuse to turn off from work and turn off from what I do?" She couldn't get it. She says, "Well, if you're going to do this now, then what's to say that you're not going to do this in the future? And maybe, you know, what's to say that you're not going to, you know, be able to provide for, you know, again, a family, etc. If you do live stream?" I thought to myself, like, really? Like, are you having this conversation with me right now? I said, all you're just seeing a very, 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 like, you know, very small narrative. And it's like, you know, it's mad. Like I say to her, I can change things up at any one point. I can do what the hell I want to do in the world today. Like, you know, without any sort of, like, you know, problems, stress. But you have to go out to work every single day of the week. What would I want you all to do? Live stream or go out to work every single day of the week? Live stream. Okay, fine. So yeah, I guess we're not going to work then. I guess we're incompatible then. Okay, we are then, fine. And it's mad. It's mad. It's actually quite amusing actually, because she'd already dated somebody who previously to me as well. Who, again, I felt like saying to her, like, really? Have you gone that low? Alright, fine. Okay. And then next minute you come across somebody who is very wealthy, and then you say that I'm not perfect for you either. Well, what do you mean? It's just madness, isn't it? It's mentalness. The thing is, it's like most things in my life. People leave me, they go find somebody else, they realise they're still not happy, and then they end up trying to come back to me, and it's just kind of like, by that time, it's kind of like, sorry sweetheart, you don't go down the route of leaving me for somebody else. You're not going to leave me for another man, and then say, oh, by the way, actually I made a mistake. No, it doesn't work like that. That's why most women are broken by it. Like, it's just so fucked up, like. So fucked up. I think the worst thing we ever did was sold the mentality of independence. It's the worst thing we ever did. Like, we actually work together. Like, man and woman work together in parallel. It's how it is. You always know for a while when a woman's happy. You always know for a while when a woman's had sex, because she has a different tone of voice, she has a different tone of mentality. You know what I mean? She's a lot happier in herself. But then you see women that don't have sex, and you see how miserable they are. Do you know what I mean? It's facts, I walk down the street and I see women, and I look at how big they are, and for a while they're not getting laid, and they're just miserable. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, the next minute you go to, you go out into the bigger picture, into the bigger world, and you see people that are having dinners and things and going out and enjoying themselves, etc., etc. You know exactly the difference. It's just so fucked up. Like, we're trying to educate people on that mentality, and they're like, no, you can't say that, And what do you know, Mike? What's facts? It's the way that it's reality. It's the way life is. I also had a laugh and a joke with somebody because they said to somebody, "Why? Can I ask you a question? How do you look so amazing?" And basically, her comeback was the fact that she didn't use beauty products, but she just had a lot of sex. I said, right, okay, so that's the key then, is it, to keep yourself looking amazing then? So fantastic, amazing. I mean, it's like when you have that sort of mentality, you have a laugh and a joke. Out on the roads, men making things happen. Interested to see the actual amount of police that are on the roads today. not many at all. Like since all these since all these riots have been going on in the cities, there's basically been like limited police around. It's like they've left the roads. Like there used to be back in the day, like probably I don't know, even before COVID. Cars, there's motorway police. I used to get stopped all the time. Do you know what I mean? It was just one of those things. Since COVID, like even during COVID, and I was driving up and down the country during COVID, still keeping things afloat. There's limited police around, like limited police, limited resources. Since obviously all these politics have kicked off big time now. It's like all their resources have been going into riot vans and just basically keeping the peace in city centres, which in a way like makes my life a lot easier. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting to see the change. Sure how it's going to, well, I kind of know how it's going to play out, to be fair with you. I just hope it's not going to play out in my lifetime, like, hoping it's going to play out like it is in my lifetime. Hopefully I'll be long gone before it actually fully plays out, which is what I'm hoping. I'm trying to keep the next 30 years like taking over. You know, next 34 years, and by that time it won't really matter to me. It's interesting actually, there's a podcast earlier on, it was talking about obviously like morals and ethical values and things, etc. And like it was just interesting to hear like specific individuals how they're trying to educate all the people on certain things, and actually all they're doing is basically they're just enlightening themselves that they are that way inclined. And there's a podcast at the end of the podcast, it just kind of like at the end of the podcast, after all the questions asked, it just basically says, so I think we've actually established then that you are actually a paedophile then. And it was just kind of like the guy's face dropped, and it was just kind of like how like just the mic drop, like boom. So yeah, it was so funny. But the guy as well who was interviewing him, he is a very well-known YouTuber as well. He does a huge amount of online content. He's actually for the greater humanity, for obviously again we'll say he's actually an atheist, to be fair, but he's got the moral the ethical values and the moral values of Christianity really. But like it was just interesting how his face dropped. So like for me, I kind of like didn't really know where it was going to go with the conversation, but like I knew for a while it was going in the wrong direction, put it that way. It's nice to think about the whole world's built off that mentality. It's we say evolution, we say obviously we're changing for the better of humanity, but actually to be fair, it's we're bringing it back. It's They always say about fashion, how fashion is fashion, and how obviously fashion comes and goes, and how you know, things that come into fashion then disappear out of fashion, and things come and go. It's unfortunately the case that yeah. Sort most things is to be brutal, is to be absolutely brutal, whereby it's loss of life. It's the only way. It's the only way that I think it's going to have to go, to say, right, you know what, no, this has to stop. This has to stop right now, this minute, as of this date. If it happens, it's going to be, you know, end of life. It's the only way it's going to work, or else it's just going to continue on and continue on. For me, I would love to see the death penalty brought back into humanity, to be fair with you. I would love it. In the UK, the death penalty was a thing. It'd be amazing. Because that would change a lot of issues. It'll just change a lot of things. You're only going to have a few people go for the death penalty. And it will then certainly change everyone's mentality. It really would. If you murder somebody, then that's it. You know, unfortunately you're losing it's going to be a loss of life for you as well. Driving night, there's no traffic. Like, you literally just fly around. Like, currently where I am in the minute, they've done a load of roadworks, like major roadworks around a little area, and it's just in the morning. It's just a fuckery. Like, honestly, it's like there's so much traffic. They haven't really planned it, really. They've not really planned it. They've just thought, right, we'll just do it, and we'll just deal with the aftermath, and that's what they've done. So, but it's again the local council for you. The funny thing is, the local council don't actually drive down those roads, so it's interesting. Now, why would they? They've caused mayhem, and they just thought, right, not our issue. It's like in Manchester, they've turned Deansgate into a one-way system. On Deansgate now, you can only drive down Deansgate on one side of the road, that's it. They've turned the 2 lanes, they've turned the main road. The main road's gone into a cycle lane, split into cycle lane, left and right, like up and down. But nobody bikes. Nobody, after all the times I've ever been up and down that road, I don't see anybody on a bike. So the council really fucked up the centre of Manchester, and it's just like, do you know what I mean? If you went down the route of speaking to Manchester Council and said, oh, by the way, you know, Deansgate, what the fuck's going on with Deansgate? And they'll just turn to you and say, oh, well, you know, it's for the better of humanity, for the better. Is it for the future? Oh. It's fucked. It's fucking fucked. The more roads that you can turn into cycle lanes, the better. Because again, it's pushing cars out of Manchester, which is pretty well what they're trying to achieve. A few little roads that used to be car road, like roads for cars, and they've just basically slashed them, put signs up and said, no, buses only now, buses going to go down this way now. And it's like, really? Well, the more roads that you close off to cars, this is facts. The more one-way systems you do, you're breaking humanity. You're causing more traffic. The more roads you slice up and make into cycle lanes, you're closing humanity down. You're making more traffic. You need to get as many roads open as you possibly can, so basically Google Maps can divert traffic around. That's what has to happen, really. But to me, there should be a big sign. There should be a big sign there saying, please use Google Maps. Please use Google Maps. And Google Maps, the algorithm will decide on where the traffic is and where cars go, and then there will be no traffic. But like, what do I know? What do I know? It's just fucked. It's fucking fucked. You say that to the council, and they're just kind of like, oh, that won't work. Well, yes, it will work, but there's no logic. No logic. So. Anyway, we're right back now, so. Amazing, Mike. Absolutely amazing. Actually, right back now, which is nice. Minus, eh? Minus. So got a woman here. So my opening message was, is if I gave you £1,000, what would you do with it? So she's come back very quickly and said, I think I'd add it to my holiday fund for China. So I sent a message back saying, you know, a bit of a laugh and a joke. Sounds like a transaction to me, which everything is. Anyway. So yeah, it's mad. That's something else here. So basically, she's currently living in a different country, but then she's willing to relocate. I'm not surprised. It's mad, isn't it, how people are willing to use their body to relocate. Like, hello, Kate. I put here, opening message. Let's just let you know. I put here, let's skip the small talk. Are you an added bonus to my life or a liability? these are the things that I tend to. I've basically got a list of like questions of this caliber. You know, just basically things that are intellectual. And yeah, she put, yeah, I'm definitely a bonus, but only to someone who knows to how to appreciate value. But what about you? Are you an asset or a risk? Like,
Still no TTS. So Mikey, where do things lead now that TTS is gone? Give me nod.
so yeah, it's interesting how again, she's got massive glasses, like, you know what I mean. Like, the problem is that honestly, she's got no hope in hell. She's got no hope in hell in meeting somebody. Like, she comes back saying that I'm looking for a life partner, marriage, leadership. Like, the current world doesn't work like this now. This is the problem with women. The current world doesn't work like this now. Do you know what I mean? About me, she's 31 and she's still wanting kids. Like, really? You're 31 still wanting kids and doesn't have kids? I feel sorry for her, because if she wants kids, she isn't going to get them at age 31 now. Like, she got to find some clown to impregnate her. This is the difference, you see, what women don't see. And they're always chasing, for instance, careers and things, when actually they put themselves through careers of stress and pressure, and suddenly then they come along and then they want kids. It's kind of like, sweetheart, you're 31. Like, anyway, all the best to her. Someone called Sandra, 33 years old. She's 5'11". She's active at the gym. Let's have a look at the pictures. Is she active at the gym or is she not active at the gym? She's 31 miles away. Do you know people going to categorise themselves into categories? A woman says she doesn't ever want to be categorised out into categories. Yeah, what are you looking for? A long-term relationship, a life partner, humour, openness, and loyalty. How do you get loyalty, sweetheart? How do you get loyalty? Yeah, probably being loyal yourself. Let's just start like that, because however people brand themselves on these sides is actually what they're actually not able to do themselves. So it also says loyalty, they're not loyal themselves. And it's interesting. It's really the opposite you really want to be looking at. Age 33 and still wanting kids. It's just so interesting. Somebody else now. Again, girl, blonde, yeah. She's 5'2", so she's short. And she's age 39. She's open to have kids. She says have kids. At what point has life gone so wrong that she's put, you teach me something about cars. It's mad. It's mad. somebody else is trying too hard. She's literally trying too hard on all the pictures. She's 43. At least she says she doesn't want kids and has kids. So at least she's adding to humanity. Let's just put that way. So you see the dynamics between nationalities, and you see people that have kids and people that don't have kids, people that are single and people that aren't single. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really, really interesting to see the difference. Anyway. Right, I need to go to bed. I need to get sleep at some point. Oh, bit of Malbec. It's going to 2 o'clock now. 2 o'clock. So I think the plan for me now is to basically crash out, get some rest, and then basically we hit the road. So yeah, I need to be. Well, I don't need to be down in London by a certain time. I'll just basically arrive when I arrive. It's alcohol free. So yeah, we can drink this and drive. It's amazing. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Really. Why not? Would you ever want to drink a bottle of wine and then limit yourself? It's weird, isn't it? You know, for me, I can drink this and then drive. I still enjoy the taste, but imagine drinking this and then not being able to drive. It seems weird. It seems weird to me how people just drink alcohol and then they limit themselves on driving and functions, and like, it's just weird. It's weird. You still drink this and act like you're pissed if you wanted to. Actually weird. Actually, my ex-partner in lockdown, she was an alcoholic. She fucking drank bottles of this, bottles of this stuff. So what she didn't realise is because every night, because she was staying a large amount, she spent quite a lot of time with me in lockdown. We did quite a lot of drives up and down the country as well. But she just finished work, and I said to her, I surprised her. I said, "Oh, I've already been out and got some bottles of wine for you already." What she didn't realise is that what she was drinking was non-alcoholic, and honestly, it was so interesting to see the difference. So she drank. I think she drank 2 bottles of non-alcoholic, and the funny thing about it was she acted like she was pissed, and she thought it was alcohol, but actually I changed the bottles. So straight away I took out the alcohol in the bottles, changed it for non-alcoholic, and saw the change of the way that she changed. And it's probably one of the first times I ever had an argument with her. I just said to her, I said, "Why are you acting so weird?" And she's like, "What?" I says, "Cause what do you mean?" I said, "You act like you act like you're fucking pissed." And she says, "Well, I just had 2 bottles." She says, "I just had 2 bottles of wine." I thought to myself, "Damn right, you have sweetheart as well." So yeah, it's madness, isn't it? How drinking out of a bottle of wine, how people change when actually they weren't drunk. It was weird, I tell you. It's kind of like the understanding for me for the very first time how people fake lives and how they fake things. So it's probably about a day after or 2 days after we had a conversation about it, and yeah, she was not happy. because basically I caught her out basically, and it was interesting to see her reaction. And that's really what ended it, I think, probably at the same time as everything else. But yeah. It's mad. There's so much inside this bottle. It's mad, isn't it? It's human beings. What the fuck are we drinking? Like, you know what I mean? It's mad. It's mad. Right, cool. I'm going to basically I'm going to crash out and get some rest. Hit the road probably about 6 a.m. I think 6. I'm gonna try and get out the. I want to try and get out of the sea. And get out of the sea and get on the open road. Mikey, don't give up. What on life? Right, cool. Get some rest. You get some rest. I'm gonna have a quick shower, get some rest, and then let me get out of here. And then yeah. Cool. I'll be back. I'll be back. TTS. Yeah, I fucked it all off. I can't be arsed. I've got to this sort state in the world today whereby we can't even have an intellectual conversation. So yeah, it's mad. Yeah, basically I'm over it. Over it. So yeah, I try to make it clear to people. The thing about life is, imagine life, the whole this round that we live in today is owned and run by a kid in a bedroom on a computer game, trying to make things spicy, trying to keep things going. And all you've got is people that are just spamming the living shit out of stuff. The kid's gonna get bored and just turn the game off. And I don't know how many times I've said to people, can we work together? Can we not do this? Can we not allow this? Can we work together, not do this here? And it's just gone so fucking wrong now that when I look at the conversations that we have, it's just not intellectual. It's just a load of fucking idiots. And they're having shitty comments. They're not being serious about life. And I just think to myself, like, what the fuck? Like, I've done this for 3 years. I've probably done this for about a year on TTS. But when I look back at my whole life, I just think to myself, like, this is fucking mad. This is mad. The fact that I've gone from a teenager to understanding life, to working professionally, to earning a large amount of money, to running businesses and keeping people within jobs, to then coming down the route of on live streaming. Everyone is just practically on the dole now. And people just fucking, again, they're just idiots. They just spam shit. They talk about kids like it's a joke. You know, everyone's drinking and getting pissed up. Like, I think it was the fact that everyone spams and the fact that we just basically, a large amount of people find live streamers like Freddie Beans intellectual and entertaining. And all you're doing is going to kill him. You're just going to kill the guy. Because all he's going to do is come on more. And everyone's going to, it's madness. That guy shouldn't even be allowed to go on live. If he does go on live, he should basically be squashed. But, you know, don't look at me. I look at all the hours that I do. I do all the hours on the road. I look at all the, you know, all the income that I do, all the motivational stuff that I do, and the next minute you see a load of twats just fucking around. It's fucked. We're in a bad state in the world today. I think humans are fucked. The generation, like, you know, I was listening to a conversation online over a podcast about basically about Muslims and about obviously how they think it's acceptable that a 9-year-old girl can make a decision. for herself. Now, I know for a fact that I've had conversations with a 9-year-old girl, and she cannot make decisions for herself. A 9-year-old girl can't make decisions for herself. So, how on earth a 9-year-old can decide, oh, by the way, yeah, I really like this guy? It just doesn't make sense. But then they say, oh, but life was short back then, and people were like a lot more intelligent back then. It's kind of like, come on. No, they weren't. It didn't work like that, and we're fucked. So it's insane. I know lifespans are shorter. That's fine, and I accept that. I know obviously we are talking about obviously yes, we're talking about obviously one religion, which is one scripture, and I get that. I'm not condoning the church, because the church was also into that as well. So there was a lot going on back then. But in 2026, we now need to come to grips with things now and say this is unacceptable behaviour. So so when you actually have when you have conversations with people about things, people are trying to defend themselves, defend their religion, defend everything. You're like, fucking hell, it's fucked. It's fucked. It's like we need to rebuild the religion. It's like we need to go down the route of rebuilding religion completely and say, this is fucked and that's fucked. Let's just rebuild a new religion. You know what I mean? That's how it gets to the sort of level in the world today. Right. But try it. Go and if you do know, if you have got family and you have got family around and you ever do speak to a 10-year-old and listen to what they say and how they operate in the world today and how they function, and then you turn to me and say, oh yeah, they are definitely understanding the world today. Do you know what I mean? It's fucked. It is fucking fucked. A 10-year-old cannot decide. They can't even cook for themselves. They can't even look after themselves. So what's a 10-year-old gonna do? What, make some critical decisions on their future at age 10? Come on. It's fucked. I'm sorry, but it's fucking paedophilia. It's wrong, and I can't condemn it. Sorry, I can't condone it. Sorry, it's fucking wrong. Right, cool. On that note, I need to go to bed and sleep because it's going to get in early in the morning. So I could talk all night about things, but right, I'm going to shoot off, and yeah, I'll be back on at some point. Anyway, yeah, about 6, I'll pick it up again. So.